What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back, Film Nuts. So, guys, I just saw a movie, The Disaster Artist, starring James Franco. And it was so good, guys. I really enjoyed this movie. It was so well done. James Franco did such a great job in it, and everyone else that starred in it. And it was really a really good movie, though. So The Disaster Artist was directed by James Franco, and it stars him in the leading role as Tommy Wiseau, and it stars his brother Dave Franco. Then we got Seth Rogen and Ari Grainer, and many more faces that I'm sure you'll recognize. But so that's what the plot of this movie. What's it about? So this movie is all about Tommy Wiseau and his cult classic film, The Room. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. That came out back in 2003. But it's a cult classic film because it was notorious for a hellish production, and it became one of those movies where it was one of the best, worst movies kind of ever made. And so it's really developed a cult status throughout the years. And so it pretty much followed Tommy Wiseau and his friend Greg Sestero as they move out to LA, try to make it in the business, and end up coming up with an idea of making their own movie. And it goes into the production of The Room. And it's really a fascinating story. And you know what? The story, it's not just funny, and it's not poking fun, you know, at the trouble they had during production. That's not what it's all about, at least. But the movie has heart. It has real heart, and they did a really good job really highlighting that. And Greg Sestero and Tommy Wiseau's relationship, and it was really good. So the movie is based off of Greg Sestero's book, The Disaster Artist, which is exactly where the name comes from. So going into the acting, James Franco. So I would have loved to see his process tackling the character of Tommy Wiseau, because he does such a good job. And if you guys know Tommy Wiseau, he has a funky accent, and he's a very unique guy. And so I would have loved to see James Franco really press him to get into this character, but he did such a good job. Everyone did such a good job. At the end of the movie, they had these cutscenes comparing scene by scene, frame by frame, some of the scenes from the original The Room to the movie, and you'll see how good of a job they did, especially with with the actors and the acting and the cinematography and everything. But it was an excellent film, guys. I found myself as soon as the movie started, I was really hooked into the story. My eyes were glued to the screen, and it's so good to see really things like this coming out in theaters where you have such unique stories. And I'm glad the story is being shared, because the most important part about this movie, I think, was the friendship between Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero, and just showing how that was really the heart of the film. And but it was funny. It was great acting. It was good dialogue. It's these characters, they're crazy, especially Tommy Wiseau, and which you'll see just how he talks, and the dialogue it's so funny. But they did such a good job, though. So I guess I strongly recommend seeing this movie. As for negatives about it, I really don't have too much. The movie was what I expected, but it also exceeded that at the same time. And it was just such an interesting movie, and it was just so well done. But so my hat goes off to James Franco and everyone else in the film, all the actors, all the actresses, all the crew, everybody. They did a very good job. So if you're interested in The Room, or if you just like James Franco, Seth Rogen, if you like those actors, guys, I strongly suggest you see it. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Just an excellent movie. There's not really any cons I can really think of, to be honest. But yeah, so I hope you guys go see it. I hope you enjoy it. And Film Nuts, I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, see you guys. Yeah.